Hello, my name is Lorraine. Welcome to the District Yoga. We're going to go ahead and get started in a yin practice today. If you do have them at home, I'm going to recommend a blanket and a block. If you don't have a blanket at home, a large bath towel works perfectly for this. So find what feels best for you, or even a pillow. Just something that can support you in some of these shapes. We're going to go ahead and get started in a pose called deer pose. So come onto your mat if not already, or pause and grab the props that you need. We're going to bring the right knee forward, or the right shin forward, and we're going to bring that left leg behind us. So we're trying to find about a 90-degree angle with our knee so it's parallel with the front of our mat. And this is where the blankets and the blocks might come in handy here. So I'm going to use both a blanket and a block. So I'm going to fold forward over this front leg. So back leg is at about 90 degrees as well. Find yourself. If 90 degrees doesn't work for your legs, that's okay too. Find yourself here. Just take a deep breath in before you go anywhere. Stay for a breath out. Lifting maybe the arms, maybe the crown of the head tall. Just start to hinge at those hips, folding over that front leg. And again, using the props to your advantage, I'm going to use mine at my middle height so that my forehead can come down onto it. It's a little propped up by my blanket here. As I fold and I just get into this outer right hip in deer pose here. So whether you're using this yin class at the beginning of your day or maybe at the end of your day, we're just going to start to slowly just seep in and sink in to our practice. In yin, we're typically going to hold these shapes anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. So just notice where you are. Just breathe. Notice here, even in our yin practice, there's no sense of controlling of the breath. It's really just a nice natural rhythm of your breath. There's never any forcing or jamming into any space. And we naturally just let the time allow the pose to kind of come to us. You may notice that as time continues on, you might feel that you can go a little bit deeper, which means you might alter the block height or remove the blanket even, or find something that feels good, but always knowing we're, again, never forcing or jamming into any shape. About halfway through here. So in this shape, we're getting into the outer right hip here, but a little touch into the inner right hip as well. And coming up on the last 30 seconds of this shape here. Take your last couple breaths. Maybe noticing the body start to slow down, start to come into that slower pace. Take one more massive inhale, maybe a little length through the crown of the head. Stay there as you breathe out. Maybe a last little bit of depth. And then slow as you need, we're going to slowly move the props off to the side as you start to lift the upper body up. And again, no rush. We're going to lean off to that right hip here and then scoot that left leg forward. And bring that right foot, plant it on the inside edge of that left leg, that knee up towards the ceiling. We're going to find a little twist here. So bring that left arm, wrap it around that right knee. Right hand's going to come behind you as we find a little Marichi's pose to find a twist. Gaze over that right shoulder. Just a few moments here. It's a nice little rebound or recoil of that shape. Beautiful. One more inhale to twist. Exhale, we're slowly going to come back towards center. So bring the chest forward. Extend that right leg long. And then from here, we're going to bring the right foot to the inside edge of that leg. If you need to make any adjustments on the mat, you can. So we're coming into a Janu Sirsasana here. A little figure four with our legs. And we're just going to reach the arms forward on an inhale. And then fold into that front leg. Again, if you want props, maybe a block or any blankets or both, to just allow maybe the chest or even the forehead to melt onto any support that you might need. And then you just stay another couple minutes to just melt in. And although we're still touching into the outer hip here, we're getting a little bit more into the inner hip as well. Just staying and breathing into the shape. Not only are we touching into the right side of the hip, but we're also touching into the left leg as that extends long and finds a nice little sweet stretch. But again, the props allowing us to feel supported and not really forcing into any type of stretch. Just allowing our bodies to gently make our way to whatever feels best today. And then just staying, just breathing, just melting. We're already past halfway in this shape. Maybe finding a little more depth, whatever that may mean, maybe a centimeter, a millimeter, maybe a little softening in the jaw, in the face, in the head or the neck. Just noticing. Noticing as we shift gears from our day. These practices are nice at the end of our day, as it might even prepare us for sleep. We move into that parasympathetic nervous system even as we slow down. Last 5 breaths here on this side. Wherever you are. Filling up one last time, maybe a little length through the spine. Folding in, maybe a little more depth. And again, slow as you need, lifting the upper body up, placing those props off to the side. Let's just go ahead and lean our hands back, fingertips face forward. Plant the right foot on the mat. Plant the left foot on the mat, about as wide as your mat. And then just let the knees gently rock side to side, a little windshield wiper action, releasing that low back. Last couple moments, last couple breaths. Again, as slow or as quick as you need. And then slowly extend the legs forward. We're going to come into that deer pose on the other side. So the left leg is going to stay forward. The right leg is going to swing back. And then again, maybe adjusting your props to where you think you might need them. Although it's a different side, so it might be a different setup for this side. Noticing that left leg, left shin is about parallel with the front of your mat. A nice 90-degree angle with a back right leg. Bring the chest forward, lift the crown tall, and then fold into your degree deer pose on the other side. Again, making any adjustments with the blocks or the blankets that you might need to support you in this shape. Maybe just noticing as you arrive in this shape, it might feel different right away. Just being aware of that, not trying to change it, not trying to judge it, just noticing it. Maybe one side held a little more tension than the other. Just being aware. Again, not judging, just noticing. Still breathing fluid if you can. Maybe notice if you have any urge to fidget or move around. Maybe just notice why it's coming up. I mean, if you have to move because it doesn't feel right in your body, absolutely, that's 100% recommended. But sometimes we come into a shape and our brain just wants us to fiddle around. So if that's you, just come back to the breathing. We've got about 30 more seconds in this shape. Maybe allowing yourself to sink in just a little deeper. Any subtle adjustments that you might need to make to your props, make them. Take your last couple breaths. One more inhale for a little bit of length through the spine. One more exhale for a little more depth in the shape. Slow, slow, slow. Lift the upper body. Gently move those props off to the side. Leaning off to that left hip this time, we'll extend the right leg out in front of us. Plant the left foot to the inside edge of that right leg. Right arm's gonna wrap around that left knee as the left arm reaches back, finding that Marichi's pose for a twist. Spine tall. Gaze where it feels best for the head and neck. Breath steady. Just a few moments to allow that spine to get a little touch. Beautiful. If you're with me, find that last bit of twist. Bringing the chest back through center. Let's open that left knee out. Bring that foot to the inner thigh. And then from here, again, if you want to grab those props, if you know you're going to use them, setting yourself up for success here. When you're ready, spine tall. Maybe reach the arms up, inhale. Gently fold your way forward over the front of that right leg this time. Melting maybe onto a block or your blanket. Whatever your range of motion might be, doesn't matter how deep you may fold over into that leg. As long as you find a space in between too much and not enough. That edge that we call in yoga, whether it's here in your yin practice or maybe in your power practice, that sweet spot in between too much and not enough. Just fold, just stay, just melt. Still breathing, still noticing. Last 30 seconds here on this side. Maybe finding, again, a little bit more depth on these last couple moments. A little sweet surrender. Take one more inhale. Find that last bit of length. Exhale, fold it in. Gently lift the upper body up. We'll move the props again off to the side. Bring the hands behind you. Plant the left foot onto the mat. Plant the right foot. We'll windshield wiper the legs, just side to side here. Couple moments, a couple breaths. And then we'll make our way onto our backs. So scoot the hips forward as much as you need. And then we're just going to close with a little internal touch of the hips. Let's go ahead and bring the feet wide as your mat. Allow the knees to just knock in towards each other. Bringing one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. And just stay here. Constructive rest. Maybe letting the eyes close down. As you find your last couple minutes in this last shape for this class today. Last 5 breaths. Take an inhale. Exhale, let the legs extend long. You just come into your variation of Shavasana. Letting your body just completely melt into your mat. And just giving yourself a couple more moments. As always, if you have time to stay, I welcome you to stay. Otherwise, we will say that is the official end. Namaste.